Hey, what's up, friends? It's that time again. Time for the tip of the day. So today we're going to look at checking the gamut of our image through the levels adjustment layer. So something that's been around, I think, since Photoshop 4. I think I've been using it that long. So let's get to it. So I have a black and white image here of this model. Whenever you're checking gamut, obviously that is for print, for media, to make sure that there's enough information there for ink, for printing, to make sure that you don't have in the blacks, make sure you don't have too much ink, because that really mucks it up and makes it look, kind of goofy. So we want to make sure that we're well within gamut to go to print, and also for web as well. So let's check it out. We want information or highlights and shadows. So I'll go over here to our levels adjustment layer. Now here's the little trick. Here's how you bring it up. You hold down your Alt key, A-L-T key, and then when you click on the highlight triangle, your image goes black. As I drag it towards the center, it'll start showing you the areas as you drag that are too bright. That's basically raw paper you're seeing. There's no way that ink can transfer onto that. That's unprintable. So we'll back that down. You see that's completely out of gamut, completely blown out. So we drop that down, and then usually for my highlights, I'll go ahead and do something like 14, 15. So let's see, if we're looking here, we're roughly looking at about 240. Okay, so I know that my highlights are protected. I went up to the threshold where it just started to peak, and then I dropped it 14. For the shadows, you do the same thing. Hold the Alt key, click on the shadow triangle, drag it inward. Here we can see the areas that will be completely 100% ink, one nasty blob. You can see there's no detail there whatsoever. A printer would have a terrible time trying to print that. It would look like garbage. So we're going to take that to where it first starts to show up, roughly 16, 17. We're going to drop that down 10. So there we go. So now our image, this black and white image, is within gamut. So I know now that all my highlights are going to be printed and all my shadows are going to have detail. So there's detail throughout. So it works as well, just the same as for a color image. So let's bring up a color image. You probably recognize this little lady. This is MEL. So let's go ahead and check the gamut on this image. I'm going to go to the levels, bring it up. Okay, as I bring it forward, now you can start seeing the colors. So everywhere that you see red, you see yellow, a little bit of green, that means those colors are out of gamut. If you look on her face, you can see it's completely blown out. So that means that the reds are totally blown out. As I move it center, you can see her face goes to yellow and then goes to white. That means then when it's white, that's 100% paper. There's no ink on that. That cannot be printed. Nothing can be saved there. So that is out of gamut. So we drop that back down, just like that. And at 230, roughly looking at 245. So I know that's as bright as that'll go because I take it down 14. We come up here to the shadow area. So I start to move that forward. You can see the areas then that are 100% ink. So this corner, this area in her jeans, you can see where the blue and the cyan starts kicking in, where it's 100% color. 100% color and no paper. You can see then on her stomach, red, yellow, completely out of gamut. This is all black, mucky, yucky ink. Unprintable. So we take that back up as far as we can. Looks like about 3 or so. So I know that I am well on the edge. So parts of this probably is not printable. I'll just take it to the as far as I can. So there you have it. Checking your gamut of an image. Bring up your levels. You press your Alt key. Grab your slider, move it in. That's what it looks like on a color image. There you see the blue and the cyan. It'll tell you when you're completely out of gamut, overexposed, unprintable, unusable. With the black and white, the same thing. When you see the white, it's unprintable, unusable. You drop it back down 14 on the highlights, and once you find the peak, drop it down 10 on the shadows. That goes for both color and black and white image. Hope you found that useful. I use it all the time. Thanks for joining. Catch you next time.